So on the first video, I was talking about being your own lifeboat. So I'm gonna elaborate a bit more on this video, just to give you a bit more context and insight on what I'm talking about. So, if your lifeboat is sinking and you're trying to save other people, you will bring other people down with you, even if that's not your intent, even if that's not what you were trying to do. That makes you a liability. Whether it's intentional or not, that makes you a liability, trying to be other people's lifeboat while your own boat is sinking. You're overextending yourself. Not only are you overextending yourself, you're overgiving your energy. Overgiving it. So while you're giving all of you, everything you've got, all of your energy, to make sure somebody else's boat doesn't sink, you're giving yourself breadcrumbs. I don't think y'all hearing me right now. You're giving yourself breadcrumbs. You're not able to save yourself because you're giving to everyone else, making sure that their boat does not sink. But are they making sure that your boat doesn't sink? Are they making sure that you're receiving the same support, love, help that you give them? Is there someone you could call right now when your own boat is sinking without them going in your face about the fact that your boat is sinking? Is there someone you could reach out to right now without throwing your situation in your face that has genuine and pure intentions to want to help and support you? How many people do you have like that in your phone, or that you talk to on a daily basis? See, a lot of us, we're trying to help other people. We're trying to help each other while our boats are sinking, and they know their boat is sinking too, and there's so much you can only do. You're limited to what you can do because your boat is sinking. See, it's one thing if you're able to help because you know you're in the position to. But when your lifeboat is sinking, you're not in a position to do for others the way you want to. You're not in a position to give the amount of money that people need because you need it too. You're not in a position to give somebody a roof over your head because you need a roof over your head too. Some of us are trying to find a roof over our head or keep a roof over our head. Some of us are not in a position to give people rides, either because we have a car, or we're low on gas money, or we don't have a car and we have to rely on public transportation. It's some things you can do if you're not limited to it. But when your lifeboat is sinking, you have limited resources you can give people. And sadly, that's the only thing you can do, is give what you're able to give. When I said that there is nothing wrong with putting yourself first, that doesn't make you selfish. What makes you selfish, with intent or without the intent, is knowing that your boat is sinking. And you could possibly bring somebody down with you on accident. That would be selfish, is knowing you're not in a position to do anything and cheat yourself out of getting the help that you need to be receiving too. A sinking lifeboat can't help another lifeboat that's on the verge of sinking. I mean, we can give the advice, we can give the resources, we can give the limited hope we're able to give. But another lifeboat that is in the process of sinking or already sinking can't help another lifeboat that's on the verge of sinking. That requires energy that you can't afford to give. That requires constantly being committed to overextending yourself. And a lot of us can't afford that right now. You can't afford that right now. Like, really think about it. Ask yourself, can I afford to be someone else's lifeboat knowing my lifeboat is sinking or has sunk and they're on the verge of sinking too? Like, ask yourself that. Am I being fair to myself? Am I giving myself what I need while I'm giving everybody else what they need and want? Where do I come in? Where do I get rescued here in this? Sometimes you gotta be your own lifeguard. You gotta be your own lifeguard. This doesn't just apply for 2025. This applies to all the years to come. Be your own lifeguard. Be your own lifeboat. Sometimes you gotta be able to show up for yourself, but you can't do that if you're giving everyone else 100% and you're only giving yourself 5 or 50%. You're breadcrumbing yourself while everybody else gets the whole loaf of bread. Where's the fairness? Where's the equality in that? What comes with being your own lifeguard and saving your own lifeboat means setting boundaries. Yeah, you might feel guilty about it, but you're doing what's best for you at the end of the day. You're making sure your boat stays afloat. You're making sure your lifeboat doesn't sink. You're making sure you have stability in all aspects of your life. You're making sure that you're straight. You're making sure that you give yourself the whole loaf of bread and not breadcrumbs that you've been giving yourself. You're enforcing boundaries. You're standing on those boundaries. You're putting yourself first. You're making yourself and your needs a priority. That is how you keep your lifeboat from sinking. That is how you put yourself in a position to be able to do for others. Because when your lifeboat is sinking, you're not in a position to do anything. You have limited positions, basically. You're limited to what you can do when you're not in a position to do for others. There is nothing wrong with saying no. There is nothing wrong with saying, I'm not able to help. I'm not in a position to. I need help myself. I'm struggling. Sometimes we gotta be honest about our situation. Because you got a lot of people that think nobody else is struggling just as bad as them when that's not true. Be your own lifeguard. Be your own, save your own lifeboat. Because I can promise you, when you're in a position to do so, you won't have to worry about what you can and can't do while your lifeboat is sinking and someone else's is on the verge of doing so. Save your own lifeboat. That's the message of 2025, and be your own lifeguard.